Hi guys, happy Saturday. I'll wait a minute, see if anybody comes on. I'm showing y'all how to do, well, it's kind of like mass sampling right now. So every catalog change, I obviously do samples of all of the new scents. Usually I get out my warmer or my melter and I make felt samples and I make molds. But I'm trying something new this time for a few reasons. First, it usually takes me a while to mass sample all those samples. So I was trying to think of ways that were easier. So I saw some people talking on one of the directors' page about their samples. So I started this last night and I wanted to share with y'all how I'm doing them. So I print off the labels that I shared the other day. One of the girls, I think she's a director, shared it in the director's page, and then Chastity made them into printable labels. And there they are. So I made these last night. Now, instead of melting the wax and making samples, I am cutting them. So I have a crinkle cutter, and then I also just have a butter knife. Grady wet. A butter knife, and I'm just cutting them. So there's no melting involved. There's no molds involved, but there are still felts because I want to mail them, and this goes off the post I shared the other day. And that's why I tried it out, because I wanted to see how it worked. So I'm going to show y'all how to do it, but like I just said, this is the sample without a felt. And then all I did is the same thing, but put a piece of felt in there if I'm mailing it. So you can still see it's probably not as thin as if you were to melt it and make a felt sample. So if you're going for thinness, this may not work, but still. You could probably still put this in an envelope and mail it. You'll just have to pay the extra ounce stamp for that. And that's what I'm gonna try and do. I'll probably do it with one of my close friends first to make sure it makes it. But I'm gonna show you how to do it. So it's actually, I've never done anything like this. I'm gonna have to take y'all with me. So I'm gonna do dancing sugar plums. And obviously we're gonna backtrack a little bit. After I make them, I put them all in a bag. And I mean, obviously that's not cute, but that way I can just grab and go. There's one you can see that has the felt sample on it. But instead of just throwing them all in a bin, if you're doing your samples, mass samples, and something like this, it's going to transfer scent if you put it up to another scent that's different and mail them together. So that's another thing. When you're mailing these samples and you're not putting them in scent safe bags, which are I forgot what the name of them are. I can share them if you want them. But if just put them in the baggies, it's gonna transfer that scent to each other. So what I tell everybody when I send them more than one sample at a time is to spread them out on the counter. I'm talking probably at least 3 feet away. Let them sit separate and get their composure back before you start sniffing, because when you sniff them when they've been together for, let's say, 3 or 4 days, some of the scents are gonna transfer. So I always say, spread them out. But when I have them done, I'm gonna put them all in the Ziploc bag because it keeps the scent in there and doesn't smell my office up. It doesn't transfer with other scents. Everything is locked up tight. So I have my bar. You're gonna need wax paper and you're gonna need a knife. So if you've ever tried to cut a wax bar just straight out of the bar, it'll crumble and it's not real cute. It still happened a little bit last night, but I'm trying to perfect my timing. So I'll take it off here. So turn you around. Literally just put the bar upside down on the wax paper. I'm gonna break it up into the cubes. I'm gonna put them all on the way that I'm going to cut them. And it doesn't have to be pretty like that one. Because again, you know I'm always going to say like cute samples are great, but they are not income producing. If someone is choosing you as a Scentsy consultant because of the way your samples look, then they're probably not choosing you for the right answers. They're probably choosing you because they get free samples from you. Just to throw that out there. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna try and keep y'all on the stand. And I'm going to put you flat down like that. I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator. Don't put it in the refrigerator, microwave. Make sure they're all upside down and I'm putting them in there. We'll start with 12. So you can put the whole bar in there, but either way, it doesn't matter. So all you're doing is softening the bar. You're softening the wax up without melting it. And I'm going to do it for a few more seconds. It really depends on the wax how long you do it. I would suggest probably starting at 10 seconds and then moving it up. Oh, I have a low battery. That's nice. So hopefully this works. Dun, dun, dun. Can y'all see that? So then I'm just going to come through and cut it. And you see how nicely those are cutting because the wax is just warm enough that it's not going to be brittle. And you're probably still going to have some that may crumble, especially some of your last few. So that one just crumbled. No big deal. I'll just put those together. But do you see how like it's actually pretty nice? And do you see how many samples I'm getting and the little amount of time that I've spent on doing this? So I did 2 bars last night while still experimenting, and it took me, I only got 3 out of that one. It only took me about 20 minutes, so 10 minutes per bar. So when it starts crumbling like that, I'm gonna save these 2 and I'm gonna pop those back in the microwave because obviously they are already starting to harden back up. Okay, so you've warmed the bar just enough to soften it. If you want to warm the whole bar, that's fine. It just may take a little bit longer. But one thing about warming the bar, I've done it both ways. One thing about warming the bar is you can bend the bar and you'll know if it's going to cut well. So then I'm putting my sample in there. And then for right now, I'm putting, I think I'm doing 15 or 16 felts in with the sample. So that way because I've already asked for what samples people want, I can just grab those and mail them. Because if they are pretty much anywhere, it's still pretty unpredictable. Because even here today was like 84. Anything I mail will probably still be with the felt sample for now. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and look at my post the other day about putting a felt piece in with the sample because it will melt and soak it up. So let me grab that really quick. But there it is. Okay, it's still, I wouldn't say pretty, but it's not awful. Hold on 1 minute. So the other thing you can do, I got this crinkle cutter off of Amazon. Don't really need it, but if you want to give it a little bit more pizzazz, you can. So with about 16 of these, I'm going to put the felt sample in. And then I'm going to put this maybe behind it. And again, samples are for your customers to smell. Yes, you can spend a lot of time on samples and making them pretty and doing all that. If that's your thing, go for it. But I personally don't have the time because I am focusing more on producing income and numbers instead of this. All my customers care about is that they can smell it. They don't care what it looks like. So, again, all of these are going to go in. And then these, Grady Wet. He is so loud. This one started to crumble. So I'm gonna put, once I'm done putting these samples that I've already cut in bags, I'm going to put those back in the microwave just a little bit more. So I'm gonna show y'all how to do it with the bar real quick too. If you'll stick with me for a minute. If you're on, say hi, because I see that a lot of people are on, but nobody's saying anything. So say hi as you come in, since I'm sharing what I'm doing with you. Sorry, I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was, I guess. So we'll do, hey Erica. So we'll do around the campfire. We're gonna pop it out. Oh, I use wax paper. You could probably use a paper plate. Wax paper is safe in your microwave as long as you're not like trying to roast it. Don't judge my microwave if you can see it. Okay, so I'm putting this one in whole just so y'all can see the difference. And you can figure out what you want best. And we are just, again, do samples how you want to do them. But I'm always trying to figure out ways to simplify things that I'm doing. I'm always trying to find ways to shorten what I'm doing. I'm trying to always find ways to save time on what I'm doing, but samples are important, especially for new. So you can see with this bar, it's not quite ready because it's not super bendy. So I'm gonna put it in for 5 more seconds. And it's gonna take, I'm just gonna do 10 actually. Like I said, play around with your time because everybody's microwave is different, and I played around with it last night. But it's gonna take like 2 minutes. So I can feel that the bar is a little bit warm with this one. So you can see it's gonna bend. Well, of course it's bending that way. It's like bendy. So you can see that it's bended and it's not breaking. So that's when you know it's like a good cutting point because it's not gonna crumble. But like I was saying, I'm always looking to simplify how I'm doing things because we all wanna save time, right? So if y'all have any questions, let me know. Hey guys, hey Allison, y'all are welcome. Stephanie, Kayla, always looking to better ways. And I know a few other of y'all, like Kayla just said, are sampling too. Share how you're doing it. It may help somebody else. This is just how I'm doing it this round because, like I said, sampling in the melter takes me about probably close to 2 days, depending on what I'm doing that day. The other thing is I'm getting, usually except on that last one, I'm getting 4 samples per cube. So that's 8 times 4. So I'm getting 32 samples per bar to pass out. And I'm gonna have all of those 32 samples ready. I shared the form that I shared with my customers. They're telling me which up to 6 that they want because most people know what scents they're gonna like. So I let them choose 6 and they're all choosing all different ones. So for these 32, I expect them to last at least 3 months. And if I need to, I will do another mass sample. But really these samples are for my customers. So sometimes you'll get someone who really wants to smell a scent, or maybe they're a new customer and they want to smell other scents. Here in 3 months, I'm still probably gonna have a few that I can just grab and send on their next thank you card, okay? And that's why I mass sample all at the beginning instead of making a few of what people want. That way they're easy to grab and go. And then towards the end of the season, if I still have some left, which I doubt, but with Bring Back My Bar, sometimes I do, I'm able to like just grab those and put them as an extra thank you, okay? I am mailing these in a regular envelope. I'm going to try. That's what I was. Whoops, I think I cut you off. That's what I was saying at the beginning. I think I'm just going to try to do it in a regular envelope because, where are they? Just the same thing I send in my send of the months and putting the extra ounce stamp on with the forever stamp. So I think it's like 70 some cents a piece. I'm going to try and get away with that. That's what I did for my Bring Back My bars, but I did it with felt samples and they all made it. Like I said, these are a little bit thicker, so we'll see. Yeah, I always try, because once you start putting them in a package or a padded envelope, it's considered a package and it's going to be a minimum of $3 a piece. So I will try with my close friends that are customers. Everybody wants to call, I'm sorry. What was I saying? Oh, yes. I'll see if they will make it, and if they do, great. If not, then I'll send them out in envelopes. Yes, yes, they will charge you for anything. Go look at Pirate Ship. If you are sending any packages, go through Pirate Ship. I'm telling you, it will save you money. So if y'all have any questions, let me know. And I think I covered everything I wanted to. So I hope y'all are having a good Saturday. This is how I'll be spending it. I'm hoping to finish the other 8 bars tonight, and that way I'm done. So I'll see you guys soon. Have a good night. Bye, guys.